Alright, folks. I tried to, like, spruce up the place. Hopefully everything's, like, working. I don't know if the sound is, like, too loud or anything. Maybe I sound low. Wait. Wait, I didn't get it. Am I live? I am live. I was just like making sure because I was just like, wait a second. Because I always get that notification on my phone. Let's see. I think I might like net settings. Wait, should this be the time I try to like get the chat on screen? I was like looking it up. Let's see. Also, I should put on my glasses. Twitch.tv. Browser source, pasted chat widget. Websites, navigate to chat box. Maybe should I try to do it now or later? I don't know. Because I feel like this is kind of hard to do when you're not live. Oh, oops. Preferences, chat settings. Switch to no. To chat. Hi, Thunder. What's up? What's up? I was like trying to see. I'd have to like sign up for Streamlabs, and I've heard people like say terrible things about Streamlabs, so I'm like, do I really want to do that? Or like Stream Elements? How do I add my chat so you can third party alert? I don't know. StreamYard? Streamlabs? What are they saying? To use Streamlabs or Stream Elements? Okay, Streamlabs. Sorry, I'm just trying to like, I guess, figure this out. Oh. There's like a desktop thingy. Log in with Twitch. Sure, use all my shit. 2 frames in and I'm already swearing. Okay, golly. Continue. Okay. Sorry about this. Streamlabs, log into their website, negative chat box widget. Chat box? Uh-huh. And then I guess okay. Question mark? Please do not paste in your stream description. Okay, that's fine. Sorry. Get the sources doc, add the plus, and select browser, name it chat. Okay. Thank you for bearing with me while I figure this out. Oh, you putting chat on screen? Yes. Source browser. Create new. I'll call it chat. Okay. So, this is also like new to me. Okay. OBS URL. Oh my god. Not it just showing on screen. That's so funny. with control. Uh, no. Right? Like, no. Oh, oh, where'd it go? Question mark, what did I do wrong? Paste your widget into URL, click OK. 350, 600. I think I did it wrong. Actually, let me see. Oh no, hey, it does show on screen. Okay. Thank you. It's like tiny, but I think that's because I like messed with the... Maybe I should try it again. I'll try it again. We're removing chat because it's like tiny and unreadable, which is maybe fine, but I don't know. Chat. Okay. Widget. What's the width it suggested? Width 350, height 600. Width 350, height 600. Control audio. That's crazy. And I'll make it something like cute and cool. Eventually. I don't know where to put it. Maybe like right above me, up here. Is there like a lot of stuff going on here? I can always move it, I bet. I'm gonna put another test. Testing. Not connecting to chat, bro. Hey, that's like a good size, right? I think so. That's like a more reasonable size. Okay. Okay, and it's a... Oh, and it disappears. It's not intruding. Yeah, hopefully not. And hopefully this new border I got is not intruding either. Like, and if it is, I can always just like shut it off, right? But I thought it'd be cute. That one in the top left, I'm a little bit worried about it, that it'll block something. But like, you know, listen, if I replay... Thank you, Thunder. If I replay Daigakuten, the vibes are gonna be literally immaculate. Wait, do I have to... Wait, I know I should just like click into it. But like, I feel like literally, let me show this to you. If it blocks anything, I'll let you know. Yeah, that's like kind of what I see too. So I'm like, I should be able to... Let me show you. I'm making like a huge mistake because as soon as I open that, it's going to take forever to load, which is one of the reasons I had it starting soon because I was like, oh, I'll like load it in the background. But I'm like, listen, the vibes are just so good in... Oh, Daigakuten, what is it called in English? The Great Ace Attorney. It took a really long time for them to translate this. So literally it was just known as Daigakuten, like in its Japanese name, for the longest time because it just wasn't translated. So I feel like after like 7 years of calling it Daigakuten, I'm like, oh yeah, Great Ace Attorney. Like it's too late. I already call it what I call it, you know what I mean? But I'm just gonna like, I was thinking of replaying it, but I just wanted to show you the vibes of the other spin-off game. Cause I feel like it just like suits this so well. I'm literally gonna sit through this long loading time. The Chronicles, like, what do you mean continue? Like, where was I even? Episode 3 at the British Court. Oh, that's why. But like, I feel like if I loaded from like, I don't know, like, let's say I'm here, right? Because we're in the prosecutor's office. I feel like that's not the... That's like not actually the vibes. But anyways, basically everything is like really like an old vibe. So I feel like having this. Here I am. Right? See, it's like so old, this style. Oh, and you can also see like what the animation looks like in this one. This release, that's a good question. I want to say Daigakuten came out like maybe 2014 or so. But like, yeah, um, it's like way. I think actually the first game came out, and then Ace Attorney Investigations came out, if I'm not mistaken, and then they came out with the second game of this, and like it's just really, these games are genuinely like immaculate, and the animations, as you can see, are really good. Like the sprites have just like come so far. And they like smoothly transition between each other. Smack. Anyways, sorry. We're going back to where we're supposed to be. Uh, really good games, genuinely. And I think one of the things the creator, he was basically like, the reason he did it in the first place is because he was like, oh, I wanted to do some like mysteries where you couldn't just say like, oh, where are the fingerprints, you know? Because like the thing about Ace Attorney is they're constantly having to keep things in mind, like fingerprints. And like, why don't you just fingerprint this? And like, so they're they have to work around a lot of this. Um, ah, I see. There's like, I don't think you could just leave that there, Thunder. That's okay. As long as it's not like you know, super like uh body. I'm like, I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure it's fine. Smooth plays. Everybody knows me for my smooth plays, right? Oh, the ice cream. Squat up and run games. Let's both run Ace Attorney, bro. I'm trying. How fast do you think my account will be gone if I genuinely do that? Wait, no. This kind of goes hard. Ace Attorney duos, right? Sometimes you need a squad in here. Because I was actually wondering, I was like, what if I have someone on VC with me? Like, but I feel like that, I wonder if that just like be crowded. But I think my border kind of goes tough with this like display. Like, it's kind of perfect. I'm like, wait, I need some help in here. I need a buddy to help me out. If I need a buddy to help me out, I don't know what's going on. It's really good. Thank you. Like, honestly, everything I have right now, the assets that I've gotten in the 24 hours I've been off have been like assets that I was able to buy from artists. But I'm just like, oh, but when I actually like get my money together, I'm gonna get like an actual maybe like starting soon and be right back thing. Um, Someone from Milky Way playing open with a Div 10. Wait, not too much. Not too much. Okay. You have approximate Div 7 Sasu playing with Moonlight and open, bro. But it was camp. So it's fine. You know what? Wait, not to be crazy. Automatic red flag is when top level players have no low level friends. Like none? Like that's kind of crazy. You should have like one guy who's not good at the game, right? Oh, here's the opening. Also, I lied to you. I realized I do know who the... Oh. Thunder has no low-level friends. But it's also okay if you, like, don't have that many friends either. Wait. Check it. Oh, he did. I know you're gagged. I know you're gagged. They murked him. Miss Lloyd. Girl, run. I'm crying. Wait, all this time, me having a little giggle, and I didn't even find my glasses. Like, what am I doing, bro? Here's a pair. All right. I do know who the killer is. But you know, I'm good at hiding spoilers, so it'll be fine. And I don't remember how it happens either, so I still have to figure out everything on my own, just like last time. We're in the detention center. Still no sign of them, huh? Yeah. How long do they intend to keep us waiting? It looks like it's up to me. like the let him cook, like, since you already know. Looks like it's up to me. Now, Mr. Edgeworth. I'm sure the guard will bring him in any second now. You're locked in. You gotta help me out here. Even though I literally know the one most important fact. And I remember some of the characters. But like, here's the one thing I will... It's not even a spoil, but I'm like, here's one thing I'll tell you. Hess makes an appearance in this like episode. Like, there is chess. So get ready for that. The killing Shelly. The killing of Bastion Brook. It's been 2 days since the incident at the park, and today we're paying a visit to the detention center. Our aim, of course, is to interview Bronco Knight, who has been charged with the murder. His trial is due to start tomorrow, and I am to be the prosecutor behind the bench. What's taking so long? You there, what's going on? I don't know, sir. I'll go and check. What? We've got a situation. It's Knight. He's been killed. What? Does this one take place in court? Nope. None of them take place in court. In Ace Attorney 1, like, there's one that takes place in court. That's not, like, formally a court case. But if I remember correctly, I don't know that any of these... I think there's a time where you're technically standing in a court, but none of these are, like, court cases. So... that this one does not take place in court, if I remember correctly. It takes place in prison. Or jail. More likely prison, I think. What? Killed in the detention center. Come on, Mr. Edgeworth, what are you waiting for? Right. Guard, take us to the scene of the crime at once. Yes, sir. So it didn't happen in the holding cells, but surely that was where he was being held. Is this one harder than the park one, in your opinion? Yeah, because it's, the first one is supposed to be the easiest one of the game. I don't know if there's... Even the fourth game has the hardest, don't cry. The fourth game has the hardest first case, of any game, I would argue, in the series. And I don't... Like, the last case is always the hardest, but the first case is usually the easiest, so... we didn't have that much investigating to do, comparatively. We might have more than one day of investigation in this one. So it will be harder. It'll be longer, and I feel like it being longer makes it harder. So it didn't happen in the holding cells, but surely this was where he was being held. It's the holdup! The crime scene's this way! Where are you taking us? Doesn't this door lead to the prison proper? Yes. That last one felt pretty long. Oh, you have no idea. It was one day. That all happened in one day. Most cases, we will not be getting through cases in 2 sessions. I'll tell you that much. Most of these will be more than one day, so. In universe. You mean those other cells aren't part of the prison? Not exactly, no. Those are the detention center's holding cells. That's where defendants are kept while they're awaiting trial. The area beyond this door serves a rather different purpose. Yeah, it's where the people who are convicted serve out their time. I suppose you could say it's the last place a great thief should ever want to be. I've unlocked it, sir! Please follow me! Why was he in the prison? Is that Terry Falls? No, Terry Falls is dead. That's a stupid thing to say. Don't mind me. Oh my god. It's not alright, but he's dead! How could this have happened? And how did he wind up inside the prison proper? March 27th, it really has been 2 days, and it's the morning time, 10:32 a.m. Prison workshop. This is horrible! How did Mr. Knight get himself murdered? Why did I say we gotta solve 2 murders? It's the same guy, bro. He killed someone and then he died. He got to be head of police for maybe an hour? He was like, I'm gonna be the head of security, so I'm gonna kill this guy. He got like a good 60 minutes in. And then he was like, he was taken away by the police and now he's dead. So, womp. It was the guard. The guy on the right, like, he was just like, I really liked Rook. Rook was a cool guy, bro. Why'd you have to do that? He just killed Knight. He's a huge Rook fan, that guy. This is horrible. How did Mr. Knight get himself murdered? I can hardly believe it myself, but there can be no doubting the evidence of our own eyes. And what's he doing here? I thought he was being held in the detention center, no? And what's he doing here? I said that with a weird intonation. What's the... No, it's nothing. He must have been. His trial hadn't even begun yet. The law states that until convicted, suspects are to be kept in cells separate from the main prison. Only those who have been found guilty are sent to the prison proper. There's no way Knight should have been in here. Maybe he wandered his way over? Ah. The detention center and the prison are separated not only by 2 heavy doors, but also a lengthy corridor. That would have been a long way to wander, especially for a detainee. Wait, not too much on Gumshoe. Building layout. Thank you. I suppose we'd better take a closer look at Knight's body. We'll need to examine the scene of the crime carefully if we want to get to the bottom of this. Investigation begin. Thank you. Alright. Let's look around, shall we? It's a sink. It doesn't seem to contain any useful clues. Nope. No whiff of treasure either. You do know we're not actually looking for treasure, right? Is there a ladder in here? No, there's not. That's very sad. There will be a ladder somewhere in this game, and I'll explain why when we find it. This part of the floor is covered with dirt. You know what that means, sir? Footprints! Too many footprints, unfortunately. We'll need a specialist to identify them. Guess we just gotta wait till forensics gets here. Yes, and in the meantime, you could refrain from treading all over it. Wouldn't want to slip up and get the old jacket dirty, huh? Good point, Mr. Edgeworth, thanks! My concern was for the footprints, not your jacket, detective. Ooh. In Edgeworth's defense, I put him there. He had no choice. Why was Gumshoe just like walking in circles all over it? He was like, hey, stop treading on it. Indeed, this area is too big to take in all at once. Okay, this was on the 3DS. So that meant that you could just like have the top part on the top screen and then the bottom part. Fortunately, I can use R to look further up or down. I must scour the scene and inspect anything that catches my attention. Okay. Let's take a look at the hook. Looks like a pulley of some kind. Maybe the prisoners use it for work? I suppose so, yes. Okay. Okay, I know you're going to say no, but... Absolutely not, Kay. You are not permitted to swing on that rope. Ugh, I knew it! Ugh, I should have known you were being serious. Weird having something like this in a prison, huh? A cage inside a cage. She's so unserious. Genuinely. There's only, you usually have, I feel like low-key, you have a young girl who's helping you with your investigations. And like, with the exception of that game I was just playing, Daigyakuten, she is always like deeply unserious. Like, technically, Kay, a prison isn't made up of cages, but cells. What's the difference? No offense, Mr. Edgeworth, but you gotta look at the basic nature of things more. Yes, and the basic nature of an investigation is the pursuit of accurate facts and information. A whip. These tarps are rather colorful. Colorful tarps that seem out of place in a room like this. I wonder what they're used for. They kind of stand out in a room like this, don't they? They certainly don't look like they belong in a prison. Edgeworth and friends. Edgeworth and the squad. Yes. That's supposed to be the well, it's like kind of him and Gumshoe, and if Gumshoe has to go do something, then it's him and Kay, I guess. We need you! Edgeworth and I, we're the dynamic duo. They certainly don't look like they belong in a prison. There's a whip on top of them. You know what that reminds me of, right? Hey, maybe it's actually hers? Maybe she left it here? Not a chance. She and her whip are attached at the wrist, trust me. Oh, they're talking about Franziska. Franziska von Karma. That's Edgeworth's adoptive sister, you could say? Remember I told you how his father was murdered and then he was adopted by a prosecutor? And he moved to Germany. So his adoptive father's daughter, Franziska, yeah, that's who, she carries a whip. She's also a prosecutor. Not a chance. She and her whip are attached at the wrist. Trust me. There was a rope near Knight's body too. Speaking of which, want to see my super stealthy rope escape trip? Thanks, but I'll let you know when I'm in need of saving. She seems genuinely disappointed. Well, it would have been cool. That's it? Alright. Is there anything else here? What's with all the weird equipment? I'm not sure, but I don't see anything particularly suspicious here. It smells weird though, kinda musky, like wet fur. I didn't know you had such a keen nose. Oh, it's nothing special really, except when it comes to sniffing out treasure. Remind me to seal all my valuables away in airtight containers. No way, Mr. Edgeworth! I'd never steal any of your stuff. But you would happily steal someone else's? I'm not sure that's entirely reassuring. Is there anything else that's interesting? If I press X, do I talk to Gumshoe or K? Okay, she's my assistant right now. Can you prosecute an animal? That's a good question. I will tell you. There have been animals on the stand in Ace Attorney. You can, cross-examine an animal. I don't know that you can prosecute one. Why, yes. Way. So this is what the inside of a prison looks like. Good to know, good to know. Someone's highly motivated to learn today. You're just not on top of your game, Mr. Edgeworth. This stuff is important. Gotta be prepared for when my time comes. When the time comes, my bad. Whoa. Which will never come from me, I must say. My man was on the stand once. Bold words. Still, I won't discourage you from finding out more. I need to gather a little more information myself. Gosh, I can't read. And then use my powers of logic to piece it together. Wait. I gotta show her my badge. It's important. It's a cool badge. Very severe. As it should be. After all, it symbolizes both the sanctity and the strictness of the law. Yeah, well, my badge symbolizes, love, justice, peace, courage, duty, and compassion. And what about your beloved truth? Okay, now we're done. As it should. Okay, let me see. Hi, Gumshoe. Yes, sir? Arrested for murder on the afternoon of the 25th and killed on the morning of the 27th. Talk about instant karma! Never would have thought our perp would turn into a victim himself, though. Yes, I don't like this at all. You don't think it was that ice cream guy, do you, sir? Knight had seen his face, right? Maybe he couldn't afford to let him live. Shelley to kill her, you mean? Shelley! No, if this were his doing, he surely would have left a calling card. And besides, Knight isn't the only one who knows what he looks like. We do too. Oh yeah, and I guess we're still alive, so... Still, this is a high security facility. I just don't understand how it was even possible. Guess it makes sense having the detention center and the prison in the same building. Means they can share the visitors' room. Indeed. It's an unusual design, but it's certainly convenient for anyone visiting. Yeah, but then, why have two different areas in the first place? For the two different classes of detainees, of course. Those pre-trial and those post-trial. The two facilities may be housed in the same building in this case, but they are actually quite different. Well, all I know is that they're both cramped and dark, and don't let you leave when you want. Perhaps spending a night in each would help clarify the differences between them? I don't even know what to say to this. Edgeworth, what the heck, bro? No, I'm good, thanks. What is he recommending? Like, why'd you say that to him? That's your buddy! That thing's pretty small. Don't you lose it all the time? Oh, I've actually done this. The sacred symbol of my office? No, detective, I do not. Guess it's a good thing I'm no prosecutor, huh? I'd have lost it 100 times this week alone. I mean, I lose my badge at least that often. Whoa, okay. I'm gonna slow down because clearly I'm diseased. We just saw Knight get slimed in here, bro. No tea. He's like, maybe you should spend some time in here. A man is dead, Edward. Like, he said, you finna die? He said, wouldn't it be funny if you died? I mean, I lose my badge at least that often. That's quite a talent. We're done. I just wanted to talk to Gummy. Alright. Wait. What's... Okay. Oh, my controller drift. Bronco Knight, killed the day before his court day. Gummy, that's what Kay calls him. They have like... Okay, I say history. They, when Kay was young, she was lost and Gumshoe helped her. And so she calls him Gummy. Because when she met him, he's like, oh, I'm Gumshoe, Dick Gumshoe. And she's like, oh, nice to meet you, Gummy. Because she was a little kid. We'd better take a closer look. I want to see what's up with this chessboard, bro. Huh? Is that? Oh, I've seen one of these in your office, Mr. Edgeworth. I'm sure you have, Detective. It's a pocket chess set. The victims, I'd imagine. Makes sense. He loved chess after all. Yeah, and it would have been a good way to pass the time. Pocket chess set. Ugh. His neck brace is soaked with the blood from the hole in his neck. I would assume that's the cause of death, and that it was probably instantaneous. He wouldn't have even had the chance to cry out for help. There's a small cut on his scalp, too. Was he struck with something? Maybe he fell and hit his head after he was stabbed in the throat? It's possible, but it's too early to say with any certainty. Hey, you have your camera with you, correct? Could you lend it to the detective so he can photograph the body? Sure thing! All yours, Gummy! Thanks! Alright, here we go. His clothes sure are a mess, though, huh? Indeed. Oh, sorry, I think Gumshoe might have said that. Indeed, they appear to be covered in dirt. Alright. Knight's body, killed instantly by a stab wound to the throat. The body's covered in dirt. There's also a small cut on his scalp from where he suffered a blow to the head. Good to know. Guess he's like me when it comes to laundry. It would be a grave error to think that anybody else could be quite like you, Detective. That's crazy. The body is partially covered by a dirt-stained tarp. And there's rope on top of it. Was Knight tied up with the rope somehow? Discovered on top of Knight's body. Does this mean the victim was tied up? We should take a look under the sheet as well. Look at all that red stuff! Yes, I'd say that's blood. Features a colorful design and stained with what I believe to be the victim's blood. What's in his hand? We should keep looking around. There's bound to be more secrets to uncover, I'm sure of it. Is that a ring? Is that a ring in your hand, buddy? There's something on his finger. Let's take a closer look, Mr. Edgeworth. It is a ring. On his middle finger. I hope he didn't get married in prison. Because I feel like if you're in prison and you get married, I don't think that's a love story. I feel like you certainly belong to someone, maybe. It's a ring, and an expensive looking one at that. Don't even think about it, Kay. What? I didn't say anything. Well, at least it's in his hand, but it's not on his ring finger. So I feel like that's of note. A rubber glove. Yep, just the one though. I should examine it in more detail. Okay, there's dirt on the palm and what looks to be blood maybe on the back. There's mud all over it. Maybe the prisoners were making mud pies? I wish I could have joined them. I love making mud pies. Not anywhere near my crime scene, you're not. Inmate use only. I guess that means that it must be one of the prisoners who was using it, right? Yes, you would certainly imagine so. The fingers are covered in blood on this side. I think we can safely assume that this glove was dropped sometime after Knight's blood had been spilled. We can? How come? Because it had to have been on the floor when the pool of blood was forming. Then the blood would have flowed around it, but not underneath it. Oh, meaning there'd only be a band of blood around the edges of the fingers and not all over the backside. Assuming the glove was discarded after the blood had pooled around the body, maybe our murderer ditched it after they did the deed. It's certainly a possibility. At the very least, whoever it was that dropped it must have seen the body. You there! Yes, sir? Have you seen that glove before? Yes, sir! The prisoners wear them for work. It's strange, though. Prisoners issued with these gloves are under strict orders to keep them in their cells. They aren't allowed to take them out without permission, and we always check. I suppose that would explain why there aren't any other gloves in the workshop. Only one glove was found at the crime scene. Prison issued equipment for working inmates stained with blood in the mud. Alright. This ugly ass tie. Okay. Am I missing something? Good. Maybe? Features a colorful design and stained with what I believe to be the victim's blood. Colorful tarps seem to be out of room. I wonder what they are used for. I mean, like, I'm just worried that I have to connect these and it's like, wait, this is one of the tarps. And it's like, well, yes. That doesn't, I don't know. Like, sometimes things are like super obvious and I'm like, I don't know if you need me to establish this. Pile of tarps, colorful tarps. I wonder what they're used for. I don't even have enough info. Features a colorful design. Stained with what I believe to be the victim's blood. Like the security footage. Well, this just happened. So they're probably checking whatever it is now, right? I'm just gonna double check to make sure that they don't want me to connect these two. Oh, see? They did. They wanted me to say, hey, this is one of those tarps that are from over there. Even though, you know, you'd make that logical leap yourself, I'd imagine. These tarps have a pretty distinctive design, in fact. It's the same design as the bloody tarp around Mr. Knight's body. Yes, you took the words right out of my mouth. Hee hee! That'll teach you to be so careless, Mr. Edgeworth. You need to keep your treasures close when there's a great thief around. I thought you were on sabbatical. Colorful top found around the victim's body. Some of these were being stored in workshopping. Okay. Not a bad bit of evidence gathering. Nothing can stop us when we're on the hunt together, right, Gummy? You betcha! We're unstoppable! A regular Three Musketeers! Let's not get carried away, Detective. There's one thing we still haven't found. Where's the murder weapon? Did we not find a knife? Huh? What do you mean, sir? What's missing from this crime scene? Blood footprints, the murder weapon, bro. I see no sign of a murder weapon anywhere. You're right! I didn't even think of that! Come now, Detective. These are basic investigative principles we're talking about here. Have I watched Lucifer? I haven't. I have not. Yeah, I guess. Sorry, sir. No, one thing about me is I will watch a thing. What is this? Oh. So I feel like literally I'll just probably look at it. What is it? Because like I feel like when someone's like, "Oh, you should watch this," I look it up, I watch it. Though I have so much I have to watch on Netflix specifically. Lucifer. Oh, and you watch Suits. Wait, I feel like I know the type of things that you watch. Oh, Lucifer solving murders. Technically, isn't he the one that kind of like made them happen? Interesting. I used to watch a lot of Sherlock back in the day. Don't worry, Gummy. It hadn't crossed my mind either. A fact that hardly puts my mind at ease, Kay. Items that could prove even potentially lethal are strictly controlled within a prison. After all, we wouldn't want the inmates getting their hands on them, would we? Which means acquiring a murder weapon would be hard enough, let alone leaving the scene with one. He sometimes uses his powers. Ooh. He works with a human detective. That's so funny. That's camp. There's a lot of lore. Ooh, I love a good lore. Prospers IG. Oh, yeah. Makes sense. Lucifer Morningstar. That is, I think, like his full name or something. Right? I never thought of it as Morningstar as in Lucifer. That's so funny. Oh yeah, nice thinking, Mr. Edgeworth. If you like murder solving stuff, maybe give it a watch. Oh wow. I'll add it to like my list. Added. I just added it. I added it. I opened Netflix on my phone. Wait. I had to go back to Twitch. What was the murder weapon, and where has it gone? I feel like chances are I feel like he got hit on the head and then was stabbed later to obscure the fact that he was hit on the head. I wouldn't be surprised, and I don't, like I said, I know who the killer is, but not how they did it or anything like that, so this is genuinely me speculating, right? I wouldn't be surprised if someone hit him on the head with something and then is trying to hide that object somewhere, like just hide the object that they like hit him on the head with. Because I feel like usually when you see a person who has like, I'm sorry, I'm like picking at something. Sorry. Usually when you have someone with seemingly like two different ways in which like they could have died, and one is like super obnoxious and the other one is a little bit like more demure, like it'll say like, oh, like this guy has a billion stab wounds, but also he has like a little bit of dribble by his mouth, and it's like, okay, well he was poisoned and then someone like stabbed him later, you know what I mean? So I feel like there's a small cut on his head, and he's got this huge gash in the side of his neck. What probably happened is he was hit over the head, and then in one way or another, he was stabbed in the neck afterwards to obscure the fact that he was hit over the head. And then whatever they use to hit him over the head, they're just hiding the object. So you can't figure out what it is. That's like my soul read, and it could be totally wrong, but I feel like after you play enough Ace Attorney games, enough mystery games, you get like you're kind of used to the tempo of things and how games try to hide things from you. They think they know how your brain thinks, so you get accustomed to it. But I say this, but I could be totally wrong and I look like an asshole. The answers to these questions may be the keys to figuring out what happens here. Ooh. Okay, you said let me wait and see, like logic chess. He says, "Bide my time." That's you. Huh. Didn't know the guy had a whole entourage. What's his name? What voice do I give? In the Japanese translation, the fan translation, he was Raymond Shields. I remember people were really mad about what they named him in English in the localization. They hated his name. I don't know what he should sound like. Excusez-moi, but this is the scene of the crime, right? You're... Wait a second. Are you? No way! Those piercing eyes. That furrowed brow. Mr. Fender. It has been far too long. I know, right? But even after all this time, I'd know that deep bow anywhere. And that neckwear, obs. Mr. Fender, son. Manfred von Karma. The man, the legend. Gotta say, I didn't expect to see you here. Talking about, pal? This is Mr. Edgeworth, not that old geezer. Detective, please. Edgeworth! Wow! Guess that explains the fresh face. Can't blame a guy for mixing you two up, though. You're the spitting image of the old devil in his day. I see you haven't changed. How many years has it been? Man, good question. But who's counting, eh? Been away traveling for so long I lost track. You know how it is. But you know what I do remember? You betraying everything you were supposed to stand for. Whoa, where did that come from? And who are you anyway? This is Eddie Fender. He's a defense attorney. The joke. Ed. Defender? They naturally ops. Yeah. Yeah. Ed Defender. Enchante, as they say. Fender is the name and defending's the game. I'm a bit of an ace attorney. Eddie Fender, he's a defense attorney. So his name is like Ed. Ed Defender. There's always a cute little pun in there. I think. Detective Div Cumshoe. And I'm Kay Faraday. Great beef. I'm on sabbatical at the moment, though. Reminds me of Saul Goodman. Exactly. That's basically what that is. Saul Goodman. A great thief! Wow, that's so romantic! Très chic, if you will. Right? It's nice to finally meet someone who gets it. I'm looking to expand the franchise, actually. I even made signing up super simple. Sounds awesome. I'd love to come hang with you guys, if you'll have me. Sorry, I should have also mentioned that it's girls only, and that you have to be super fun and super cool, so... Hey, I totally get it. No hard feelings, yeah? Come on, bring it in. You've got to be kidding. Eddie, she's 17. Watch yourself, buddy. My bad, my bad. I'm just so used to how they do things elsewhere, you know? And why are you here, Mr. Fender? Whoops! Almost forgot this is your scene. Keeping the defense out is a strategy number one in the Von Karma playbook, after all, isn't it? Put it with all the Von Karma stuff, pal. What gives?
Hold it!
Detective, calm yourself. His attitude is, unfortunately, understandable. It is? I take it you are Mr. Knight's attorney. Guilty as charged, Your Honor. Well, I was supposed to be anyway. So he was planning to represent Knight. If his client hadn't been murdered. That's crazy. You two would have been in court against each other. That's crazy. That's crazy. You'll see why. He and I would have faced off against each other in court. I'd better see that what he has to say for himself. For me? You shouldn't have. Always wanted to rock one of these pawn my lapel. Thanks, you're a star. I never said I was giving it to you. I'm just yanking your chain. I've already got a badge of my own, see? You don't wear your attorney's badge? Once in a blue moon. Goes nicely with my winter coat, as it happens. Guys gotta dress to impress. Know what I mean? Impress who, exactly? So the victim asked you to represent him? Sure did. We were supposed to have a little chat today. As was I. But a guard showed up instead and told us that his body had been found. I'm as bummed about it as you. Even brought him some weenies to cheer him up. Mr. Fender, you know you can't bring food into the prison. Oh yeah. Well, it's here now. Want some? Little vice I picked up on my travels. So boorish. No, thank you. Fine, you do you. What are you doing here anyhow? Don't tell me you wanted to hear Knight's side. Von Karma was always more of a convict the defendant at all costs guy. Didn't he teach you that? That was a long time ago. If you say so. Sure you don't want any weenies? No, thank you! Have you met with your client previously? Yes, indeed, Your Honor. Just yesterday, in fact. The Bronxster called me the minute he was arrested. Sounded really freaked out, man. Oh yeah, mentioned your little performance, too. According to him, you made a nuisance of yourself. And not a kind word was spoken, I'm sure. Well, sticks and stones and all that. Boy, did he not like you. Trash talked you something fierce. Can't say I didn't join in on the fun, though. For fun? How dare you, Mr. Fender? Lighten up, kid. I'm kind of a fixture in the visitor's room here. And I don't think I ever had that much of a gas. Oh, so you come here a lot? Hey. Don't go getting the wrong idea, little sis. I'm never on the wrong side of the bars. Just happen to know someone who is. The visitor's room is usually where I'm at, but this isn't exactly my first time in the clink either. In which case, I'd better ask him what he knows about this room. Tell me, what do you know about the scene of the crime? Huh? Oh, this room? No, dude. What do you know about it? I'll give you 3 choices. Edgeworth is so straightforward. Yes, he has no time for bullshit, bro. He's a busy man. Is it a recreation room? Whoa! I don't even want to know how you spend your spare time, Edgeworth. I think it's literally none of those things, but he gave me 3 choices, bro. Hi, Jules! I'm back at it again. I'm on the game. Hello! How are you? I hope you're doing... The other day I was thinking about you, actually. And I was wondering how you're doing, and then I proceeded to not text you because I'm diseased. And, I hope you're doing well. How are you doing? But I guess there's plenty here you can play with if you used your imagination. Probs. Now, let's see what the answer key has to say, shall we? Oh no, you got it wrong. This is actually a workshop. So all the options he gave me were wrong. How infantile. The cons come here to perform various duties. They can learn new skills too. Bank some qualifications for when they're back on the street. I'll look into that. I could be all 3. You don't know. I'm multi-talented that way. I see. And how is access to this room controlled? What skills could be learned in this room? What skills can be learned in this room? I'm losing my mind. It's a hook, sink, and some fun and a game. Oh my god. Work? Ding, ding, ding. You got work. What are you doing these days? Some questionable skills for sure. That is taking me out. What skills could be worked in this room? I'm crying. Son, I'm crying. What work? Retail. Okay. Well, it's better. Yeah, I'm doing work and it's like kicking my behind. But it's like at the very least, I have some stuff and bills paid, so I'm like, I guess I'll take it, but like, you have your time off, and you deserve that. I see. And how is access to this room controlled? Who has the key? Chill out, Edgeworth. I don't have all the answers. My man over here probably does, though. Right, compadre? Yes, sir. The workshops aren't locked with physical keys. Their doors are fitted with sensors instead. What kind of sensors? Inmates are issued with special bracelets, sir. When they walk through a workshop door, the sensor checks their bracelet. Oh, go ahead and give me, what's the word? Like the record for who came in? And if they're not supposed to be in here, ding-a-ling-a-ling! An alarm sounds. That looks like a handcuff. Looks like... It's like an ankle monitor, except on your hand, it feels like. And if they let it ring for too long, then bzz, they get a real shock, if you know what I mean. And if they try to break or remove the bracelet, bzz, a shock 3 times worse than that. What? That's brutal. I guess they need to ensure that inmates follow the rules, but that sounds a bit excessive. Damn, okay. If they wish to... my bad. If they wish to pass through a door like this one, prisoners need to be accompanied by a guard. We disable the sensor for them and let them in. You get all that? Have any prisoners used this workshop today? No, sir. No one's been in here for days. I'd know if they had. Is this a locked room mystery? A locked door mystery? So no prisoners have entered, let alone used this workshop today. Door sensor. Fitted to each workshop's door, they detect and react to the prisoner's bracelets by raising the alarm, meaning there's a person, perhaps who is not a prisoner? I don't know. Which means that there's a contradiction in this crime scene. Namely, there's something here that shouldn't be. I'll take another quick look over at the crime scene and employ my powers of deduction to solve the mystery. Thank you. Raymond Ed Defender. I must scour the scene and inspect anything that catches my attention. Oh, is it not? Wait, did it say what's it called? Does it matter? Is it only because I'm on this side, or did I genuinely get it wrong? Wait, can I... Well, yes, the glove shouldn't be here, but it already shouldn't have been here, no? Didn't we already say this? Prison issued equipment for working inmates stained with blood. They said that these have to stay in people's rooms, right? Why did hearing about the door make him think about the glove? Is this new information that the glove can't be here? What is the conscience? No. And they said no, inmate was in here. No, you're not. When I said, wait, I'm not. This isn't me grilling you. No. I think you're probably right. I wasn't clear on what they were asking me, right? They detect and react to the... Okay. Wait, you can hover over the tarp. The tarp. What they say here? Colorful tarp found by the victims' bodies. Some of them were being stored in Workshop A. In theory, yeah. We can look at the map. There's a Workshop A and a Workshop B. We are currently in Workshop A. That is a contradiction. How do you get in here? That's what I'm... My thought was that he, doesn't have a bracelet on. And I'm like, how did he get in if he's not wearing a bracelet. I guess they need to ensure that inmates follow the rules. They wish to pass through a door like this. Prisoners need to be accompanied by a guard. We disable the sensor for them and let them in. You get all that? Have any prisoners used this workshop today? No. No one's been in here for days. I know if they had, so no prisoners have entered yet alone used this workshop today. Which means there's a contradiction. Yeah, maybe you're right.
Eureka!
There it is. Defender, you're so good at the game. You're the Milky Way. Or if I was the Milky Way, you're like the... Oh, that would make you the Moonlight. Because it's the second, right? Yeah. They were like... But... That's interesting. The door sensor would detect their bracelets and the alarm would sound. What's more, according to the god, no prisoners were authorized to be in this room at all today. I guess I was thinking at this from the wrong angle, because I'm like, the glove is not supposed to be here under any circumstances to begin with, because they're not allowed to take things out of their rooms. These gloves are not allowed to leave their rooms, it seems, right? Did I make that up? I might have made that up. One glove was found at the crime scene. Prison issued for working inmates stained with blood and mud. I thought that the guy said that we make sure that these are in their rooms, right? Yeah, like it has to stay in the room. So I was like, well, this glove is already not supposed to be here, right? So that's why I was like confused at this idea of like, well, an inmate was here, because I was like, regardless of if an inmate is here or not, this should not be in here, right? But in all fairness, it says for inmate use only. So that, I think, is supposed to be your clue that there was an inmate in here. What's more, according to the guard, no prisoners were authorized to be in this room at all today. Funny thing about deja vu. So my studies in school were about psychology. And when you experience deja vu, what that actually is like your brain is, not to be presumptuous, because I feel like most people don't really know about this, but maybe you already do. Your brain is obviously always firing off synapses, right? And there's electric, like, bursts happening all throughout your brain all the time. And you're making like connections in your mind to things, and you're like processing language and stuff like that. And those are the like small sparks of like electricity in your brain. And sometimes your brain will fire off a synapse and like create a connection between two things inappropriately. So that'll be two things or memories specifically in your brain that will connect that are not connected. And when that happens, you tend to experience deja vu. Like, wait, haven't I done this already? But it's because your brain erroneously made a connection to something unrelated to what you're doing right now. And it accidentally gives you the sensation as though you've done this before. So my brain is misfiring. Oh, gumshoe. And yet... I think that's so interesting, because people are so sure. They're like, I definitely know that this like has happened before. And 9 times out of 10, it's just because your brain made a little bit of an error. But it's doing so much at one given time that it's kind of bound to happen, right? And yet, here we have a rubber glove of the kind issued to inmates. This is a clear contradiction. So where did the glove come from, sir? I don't know, detective. Not yet, anyway. All I know for now is that the glove is a valuable piece of evidence. You! Apart from prisoners and guards, who else has access to this room? Finish the chapter is a yes, we finished the chapter. We're done. Can you believe we solved it? Oh my gosh. Yeah, kind of. A surprisingly small amount of errors. Yes and no, because then there's things like flashbulb memories and like there's so many things that are like stereotyping, right? Our brain takes a lot of shortcuts to try and just operate at a reasonable capacity, and that leads us as humans to be so flawed because our brain is constantly like making mistakes. But I guess in the grand scheme of things, when you think of like how just how much we have to do, I think you're right. But it's like I think also our brain makes like so many mistakes in a given period of time. Who's gonna tell him? Who's gonna tell him? Yeah, we're done. We all celebrated. No one, sir. This is a prison after all. Prisoners and guards are pretty much all there is. Mr. Fender? Come on, don't play us like that, friend. We both know that's not true. You know as well as I do that prisoners and guards aren't the only ones who can come in here. Huh? Oh, do you mean? But sir, they're... Mr. Fender, would you care to get to the point? Who exactly are you talking about? This man is a straight shooter. What? You don't have a pair of peepers in that hard head of yours? You didn't see them on the way in? Wandering about in the corridors, chilling with their buds. I bet if you moseyed on out of that door right now, you'd trip over one of them before you'd taken a step. Listen, pal, we've had just about enough of your baloney. Take a chill pill, big guy. I'm on your side. You know, for such a wide fella, you have a very narrow mind. What did you... Hold it! Detective! Sorry, sir. Mr. Raymond Shields. I keep forgetting that he's not Raymond Shields, he's, Eddie Fender. Yes, Eddie Fender. I'm like, oh my god, Mr. Shields? Raymond Shields? Look, just follow me, okay? Seeing is believing. Isn't that what they say? Back on the beat. Oh. This is no ordinary prison. Here the humans share their space with some special friends. Why is the guard saluting to an ace attorney and prosecutor? Because Edgeworth just has it like that. That's why. I'd salute Edgeworth. I feel like I gotta. Animals? Yup. Bird and feathered fellas of all shapes and sizes. Guard filled me in on how it came about. Wild. Literally wild. Bro, imagine being in a cell and there's just a pony and a pig outside your cell. What do you mean they're free and I'm not? What? There's just a pony and a pig outside your cell. Like, don't piss me off. Like, I'm angry. What do you mean? Seems they decided to try a little experiment in animal therapy a few years back. The cons are assigned a critter each, a buddy to help keep their spirits up. Really? Wow! They sound like so much fun! Plus, inmates can even earn pet care qualifications if they go through some job training with the animals. They must be what all the equipment... That must be what all the equipment in the workshop is for. You got it! Room set up specifically for that training stuff. So, when you said someone else could have been at the scene of the crime, exactamundo, big guy. I was talking about these guys. SpongeBob, big guy, pants okay. That just means you're still talking baloney. What would an animal do with a rubber glove? Good question. All I'm saying is that it was possible. The rest is Mr. Prosecutor's problem. Mr. Edgeworth, sir, if you want me to arrest this piece of baloney, just say the word. Let me get this straight. Are you saying these animals can wander freely around the prison? You know those sensors on the doors? They detect the prisoner's bracelets and sound the alarm when someone goes walkabout. When somebody goes walkabout. Okay. They detect the prisoner's bracelets and sound the alarm when somebody goes walkabout. Well, for our furry friends, it's the other way around. They're fitted with microchips and open doors right up. They are? Uh-huh. They're implanted just under the skin around the shoulders. Big needle, quick jab, and voila! What? Doesn't it hurt? Nope, they don't feel a thing. That's what they tell me anyway. Now, where was I? Oh, right. So the point is, they're not the baddies here, so there's no reason to punish them. It's ironic, really. Here in this institution where the animals are caged, where the humans are caged, the animals are free to roam to their heart's content. Why can't I read? Oh my god. Here in this institution where the humans are caged, the animals are free to roam to their heart's content. They're not completely free, though. They can't leave the prison proper, for one thing. No sensor on that big mother of a door out, you see. Ah! What's that tinkling sound? Sir? Just look at that thing. And is that a bell around its neck? Edgeworth actually has a dog named Pess. Is it a golden retriever? I don't remember. I don't think it's a particularly big breed. I should look it up. A guide dog? Likely. Hence the bell. That explains the sound, I suppose. That's spooky. Don't growl at me. Oh wait, that's spooky. Why are you yelling at? And I feel like a guide dog is a service animal. Service animals technically tend to not bark at people. That's crazy. Mr. Edgeworth, were you seriously trying to stare it down? I refuse to lose to a dog. I love when Edgeworth is so serious, he's silly. I refuse to lose to a dog. Are you staring down a dog, bro? Not for nothing, sir, but your dog handling skill could use some work. Leave it to a pro. I know how to treat him right. Come on now, come to Gummy. Oh. Damn. Man, ignored by a dog. That dog was certainly very different to the other animals. And it seemed to have a real thing against me, and only me. Alrighty then, you met the menagerie. What's next? That left inmate on the toilet. Listen. Well, I can see physically that he's on a chair. He's just hanging out on the chair. Because there's a table right next to the chair as well. It is what it looks like. And if that were it, honestly, I think you should mind your own business and afford him his privacy. If I saw him, I would simply look away. Yeah. You can see on the right side, it's the same cell, and you can see the chair a little bit better on the right one. He's probably in there for murder. You don't know that. You don't know that. You don't even know if he did it. Right? He could be in there wrongfully. And you're making fun of this guy on the toilet just trying to like make it through. And he's got, is that a dog? A cat? He's got a little furry thing. Actually I do know what it is. I remember it. But he's got like a furry little animal in his cell. His furry thing don't even Wait, not too much. He's gone through enough, bro. That's crazy. His furry thing don't even let him live. First you're making fun of him being on the toilet. Now you're like calling him like a lonely bum, bro. Like we can't even tell what the animal's supposed to be. No, and I think it's supposed to be maybe a surprise. Imagine getting wrongfully imprisoned and then the animal they give you don't like you. I feel like they should give you another animal, right? If you have an animal and the animal's like, I'm not feeling this. Like, can you give me something else? Like, surely I'll have a better chance with the bunny, right? Like, go ahead and give me the bunny if this guy is not doing it for me, right? Indeed. We need more information regarding what was happening around the time the body was found. I'd be so mad if I got the monkey, bro. What do you mean? Then let's start with that guy. Hey, you there in the cell. Ignored again. Hello. We were wondering if you might be able to tell us anything about this morning's incident. That's crazy. You profiling him. Frame 1. Is anyone else a little afraid of this guy? Not a big talker, huh? It's alright, man. I'm on your side here. Let's start with a handshake, huh? Maybe a hug to break the ice? Seconds out. What's that supposed to mean? Hey, I get it, man. Not everyone's the hugging type. I'm cool with that. Round 1. 10 reps each. What is this man up to? I'd better see what he has to say for himself. Your name? From the blue corner. It's Rocco D259 Carcerito? Carcerado. Rocco Carcerado. Oh, it's a carceration joke. Rocco Carcerado. Okay, Quesarito. My man Quesarito. From the blue corner. I don't know what voice to give this guy. Rocco Quesarado. Rocco D259 Carcerado. I don't know. Don't mind if I keep moving, do you, boss? Fighter can't let his heart rate drop, see? Fighter can't drop it. Maybe he's like Italian. If it doesn't look like there's any... It doesn't look like there's any danger of that. Don't you worry you'll lose too much weight doing all that? Maybe a mafia boss. What does a mafia boss sound? A mafia boss. Yeah, see? Gotta make weight before a fight, boss. Won't even make it to the ring if you don't. So you're... Wait, I get it. You're gonna be a boxer, right? Was. Back in the day. But it's good to stay fighting fit. Leastways, that's how I see it. So is the bear part of your training too? Looks kind of like an apron. It's so cute. Ain't nothing cute about Teddy. Kid's my partner, see? This here polar bear keeps me on my toes. Oh, wow. This is abuse. I'm screaming. Do you see those messages, or are those held for me, Thunder? Oh, you don't see them. Only I see them. Okay. I think they're probably, like, already banned. Let me see. Okay. No, there are no messages. My stuff is held. No, not your stuff. Someone made a comment in the what's it called? There were comments and they came up and it said that this person's messages are restricted. So I wasn't sure if they like went through or not because they showed up for me, you know. He seems to have loosened up a little. Now's my chance. Where were you and Teddy at the time of the incident? Come on, boss. I ain't no stoolie. And I still don't know nothing no-how. I'll be the judge of that. Please, answer the question. Am I getting testimony? Yeah, punch drunk or something, boss? I told ya, I don't know zip. He's no snitch. Ugh, so he won't play ball. Is this gonna hurt your voice? Well, I did it for 4 hours yesterday. And what's her name? Tabby. She she's something. Cause I feel like she's talking like oh, plus what's his name? Knight? I was kinda you know, Edgeworth. Da-da-da-da. Like you can read it normally to preserve your voice. I feel like I'm fine, you know? Am I sounding raspy from yesterday? Yesterday was a long stream. So he won't play ball. I can't lose my commentating voice. Wait. Wait. You might be right. Oh my god. I didn't even think about that. Commentating, bro. Well, okay. I just checked, and the next time I commentate is for Girls Duo Cup on Sunday. So I have time to recuperate from all of the men that I have to voice on this in this game. Can you imagine? What if like, you know, uh they're like Nintendo's like, we want you to commentate for us. And I'm like, I lost my voice. I was streaming Ace Attorney, I'm sorry. I'm crying and they're like, oh, okay, we won't hire you, that's okay. Ugh, so he won't play ball. Guess there's only one thing to do, huh, Mr. Edgeworth? Cross-examine him. Make him give testimony. Indeed. Oh, am I gonna have to do logic chess? Or mind chess? Indeed. The more he protests his ignorance, the more certain I am that he's hiding something. I'd spar bro to get him to testify. You think Edgeworth would win against this pro boxer? I don't know. I believe in him. I feel like Edgeworth can do anything. He gives those vibes. All right. Let's see exactly what you do and don't know, shall we, Mr. Carcerado? Like, what can he do, bro? My guy had a gun in his face, and he was like, light work. He's like, this is light work, bro. He did not move. I'm in mine chest, bro, or am I in testimony? Dude, did the polar bear commit a crime? He's for real serving time in that cell too. Yeah, he was just resting, right? He was taking a 5 while in between reps. They were like, "All right, we're resting from our reps, bro." He's serving time in the cell. Now let us analyze the state of play. Oh, can you go ahead and ping Gray for me? I think I might need some help. Go ahead and send Gray this stream, cause I might need the French Grandmaster to help me with this chess real quick. Yes. You're second in command in the chess army, in Gray's chess army. He adopts a boxing stance when he's on high alert. My guess is that things won't go well if I push too hard at such moments. When my opponent is on the offensive, I should remain calm and bide my time. He's bound to reveal an opening eventually, which is when I'll pounce. I have to pay attention to that because I feel like I'm always looking at what people are saying, but not what their sprites are doing. And Edgeworth is like expressly telling me that this is something I have to pay attention to, because if he's boxing like that, then he's not going to be open to what's being said. So I just have to keep that in mind and not just look at the arguments. First, let's see if our friend here knows anything about the incident. I'll start by asking about his movements and bring this fight to an end before he knows what hit him. So he wants us to bide time when he's attacking. Yeah, when he's like kind of bobbing and weaving and like doing that, he says he's on the offensive. So if he does that, I should just bide my time. Because he'll already be on the attack. So I think it's like literal boxing. I have to look for an opening. Mind chess? Commence! Why don't you stop by telling me what you've done today? You will answer me, Mr. Casarato. What? You want a shot at the champ, is that it? Then put him up, pal. X boxing. Throwing in the towel. Throwing in the towel already? That's gotta be a record. Fisticuffs is hardly my style, but I'm more than happy to take you on in a game of chess. Incidentally, don't you get tired ducking and diving like that all the time? Ducking and diving? Are you trying to say shucking and jiving? Hey, Edgeworth. I see right through you, sir. You think I don't got the stamina, kid? Oh, just you try me. Edgeworth is cancelled. He's one of those uncancelable white men. I mean, depending, because if this is they're supposedly in America, but if you're playing this in the Japanese version, then he's just Japanese, so. I ain't tired. Not today, not ever. Especially not today. Took it real easy this morning. Had me some quiet cell time, hardly broke a sweat. Really? You look pretty sweaty to me. Give me a break, will ya? I'm done talking, okay? I'm tired. Yeah, real tired. You may have kept your boxing skills sharp, Mr. Carperato. But I'm afraid your lying needs quite a bit of work. Tired? Really? I hardly think that's possible. You've never met me, Edgeworth. You think I can't get tired from doing nothing? Skill issue. Especially not after you told me about your quiet cell time this morning. Naps make me tired. You kidding me? Like, That means nothing. I'm exhausted. What'd you do all day? Nothing. We gotta be careful here, Teddy. When this guy lands, he lands. Oh, Rock Lee training arc. He's hiding something, I'm sure of it. I should try asking him about what was happening at the time of the incident, both in and outside his cell. I won't need to use my fists in this round. The weights are off! Oh, we're locking in. Honey. Listen, Rock Lee took off the weights, he still lost to Sasuke. And Edgeworth's got the Sasuke hair. Like, hold that. No, I'll deliver this knockout using carefully chosen words alone. Did you notice anything strange about the time of the incident? What do you mean, strange? I'm just curious what would happen if I'm mean to him. Wish I could help you, boss. But I was asleep. We both was. Okay. Do you remember what you were doing at the time of the incident? I was, catching some Z's. We both was. The incident happened only a short while ago. You seem wide awake, all things considered. Vida's gotta be able to get up quick when he's down. But he needs his beauty sleep too. Vida's gotta be able to get up quick when he's down. But he needs his beauty sleep too. Builds muscle. Is that so? Then I apologize for waking you. I have read that rest is an important part of any boxer's training regimen. You don't say? So Mr. Prosecutor's savvy when it comes to the fight game, huh? Who knew? Interesting. How do you know I'm a prosecutor? I don't remember telling you. You've been eavesdropping, haven't you? You've been listening to every word we said out there in the corridor. This guy's for eats. Which means you weren't asleep, and that you are lying again. You good, kid. Caught me clean with that one. Alright, I admit it. I wasn't catching no Z's. But what? A guy can't work out in his cell no more without lawyers getting involved? Or is a man taking care of himself a crime now? The fact that we now know he was awake is an important development. It could well prove to be a useful clue. Did you notice anything strange around the time of the incident? What do you mean, strange? Answer the question. Tell me what was going on around that time. I actually saw in some prisons it's not allowed for inmates to work out. Oh, that's crazy. Wish I could help you, boss. But I was asleep. We both was. Time to deploy my clue. Enough of your barefaced lies. You weren't asleep. You were exercising. You told me as much yourself. Oh, a counterpunch, huh? Should have seen that one coming. It seems I have you on the ropes, Mr. Carcerado. I was watching a long video on this one, Prison in Atlanta. I love a video essay. I will watch the longest video essay. 7 hours, like, give it. I just love learning new stuff. It's time to come clean about what you know. Alright, Jules. We'll be here, probably. Right? Yes. Alright. You don't gotta shout about it. Stomping around like you own the place. Teddy and his pals have been scared enough this morning already. Give me the tea, honey. I used to turn on those Minecraft Okay, it's funny you bring that up because at work, there's this intern who I was talking about how I love long videos, and he was like, wait, the longest video I watched was like this video about Minecraft civilization. And I was like, what? What are you talking about? And he's like, there's like this 2 hour video or whatever about it. And I was like, oh, just send me the link. And he's like, literally just look up like 1000 Minecraft. And I was like, oh, okay. And I watched it in one sitting. You must have been talking. You're the intern at my job. It's you. You're Jack. That was crazy. I was like, okay. And I literally immediately just like looked it up, found it, and I was like halfway through the video before the day was done. As I can pretty much watch really long videos in one sitting. But yeah, it was a great video. I was like, I can't believe it was like 10 days or something. Yeah, it was so good. I tried to show it to like everybody and like nobody wanted to watch it. But it was a really good video. It was so interesting. I was like gagged. Like what do you mean you like red wedding killed a bunch of people like with the ceiling or whatever, like the drama was insane. Like an internship at my job in New York City. Honestly, you're doing law, right? Because I was gonna say they do have quite a few interns at my job, but like I think they all have like they're all going to school for like social work and stuff like that. And you're doing legal stuff. Well, maybe it's possible because you're never in law. Oh, what are you studying? What are you studying in school? What's the T, honeybee? Is it like technology or something? Something completely different? You've done well to enter the underwater ceramic technician. Ooh, wow. Underwater ceramic and underwater basket weaving. Don't piss me off. Don't piss me off. And when I take away your mod privileges, who will be laughing then? Washing dishes. I'm crying. Is that what people say? They call washing dishes underwater ceramic technician? I'm not hip with the lingo. It did. It did send twice. But that's okay. You say the animals have been scared enough already, which implies something happened here earlier. It's okay. It's like there's not many people in it. It's you know what I mean? Can you imagine? Everyone else is like, "Why do you keep repeating yourself?" I just like assumed there was like glitching or something. An information systems major. Oh, okay. I remember I had a friend that was like an information major, and I was like, okay. Well, what was it, Mr. Carcerado? Yeah! Quit it, will ya? I'm getting shellacked here. Fine. Somebody yelled, okay? Real loud, real scared. Got all the little guys scared too. Is that friend rich right now? I don't think he is. Well, honestly, he could be. He got canceled, you see. amongst my friend group. So he just kind of like deleted all of his stuff low key. Um and yeah, so I don't know. I feel like he was still my friend on Facebook, but I think he might have just like re-deleted. He got married though, so there's that. If that makes you feel any better. But like he's like a white man. I'm sure he's probably rich right now, realistically speaking. Yeah, lap it up, Mr. Big Shot Lawyer. Let me see you do the same thing in the ring. Checkmate. Done, done, and done. I think we've now established that you know more than you're letting on, don't you? Fine. I'll talk. You did it, Mr. Edgeworth. Let's not get carried away, Kay. Our work here has only just begun. Hey, can we call a time out here for a sec, guys? There's something super big I need to say. Not gonna lie, we folded this guy. Like, Crunch Wrap Supreme. I'm like, what's super folded? Like a burrito, bro. It's just, well, it's like fate brought us here today after all these years, Edgeworth. And it's a real privilege watching how you work. Eye-opening stuff, in fact. Like a lawn chair. Just thought you should know I'd be telling you know who what you've become. Who know who? Keen to get the lowdown, huh? Well.
Hold it!
That's enough! This has nothing to do with Kay. Whoa! Don't have a cow, man. Why so sensitive? Report whatever you wish to whomever you wish. Just do it on somebody else's time. Whatever you say, boss man. But I think he should know at least. You know how you've been living your life since you signed on to things. You know how you've been living your life since you signed on to doing things the Von Karma way. After all, you've disappointed him enough for one lifetime already, am I right? What's he talking about, Mr. Edgeworth? Nothing that need concern you, Kay. Our focus should be on Mr. Carcerado. Now, shall we continue? It's time to hear the truth at last. You won't land a glove on me, kid. Testimony. The incident. There was a show finished right around 10 a.m. Came back here after. Did me some training. Least ways I tried to. Barely got to the count of 2 before someone screams, "What the? Ah!" Guy was hollering and howling, crying for help. But what can I do? I'm locked up in here, right? So I tunes it out, and I get back to work. I find it curious you would pay so little heed to a desperate cry for help. Like I say, boss, what can I do? Besides, this is the joint. Don't nobody thank nobody for getting involved in what ain't none of their concern. I hear you, brother. Best you could do is rubberneck in here. Oh, I don't have eyes. I hear you, brother. Best you could do is rubberneck from in there anyway, am I right? You mentioned training, Mr. Carcerado. I can't help but notice how well equipped your cell is. There's a guy. The Fixer, they call him. What's a Fixer? Fellow who can get his hands on just about anything you need. For a price. No way! I think you can find it. Perhaps, Mr. Carcerado, that what you ought to ask for is a beginner's guide to giving better testimony. Because I can promise you that you'll be down for the count in one. You? Put me down? Try it, you bum! And what am I? Chopped liver? And what am I? Chopped honey. After chopped. Exactly. Came back here after, did me some training. Leastways I tried to, barely got to the count of two before someone screams, what the, guy was hollering and howling, crying for help. But what can I do? I'm locked up in here, right? So it turns out I get back to work.
Hold it!
You were able to concentrate on your training, even after hearing all that screaming? Look, if we was on the outside, maybe things would have been different. Maybe I'd have seen what I could do. But this ain't the outside. I can't go no place even if I want to. And you didn't think to slip out from your cell to go sneak a peek? I don't think anybody else would have thought of doing that except you, Kay. If only this wasn't a prison, Mr. Knight might have lived. I somehow doubt it. Frankly speaking, there was no saving him. What? But if someone could have gotten to him in time. Mr. Carcerado is clearly lying. What I don't understand is why. Let's see what I can uncover by pointing out the contradiction in his testimony. It was a show, finished right around 10 a.m. Came back here, did me some training. Leastways I tried to, barely got to the count of two before someone screams, what the, I was hollering and crying for help. But what can I do? I'm locked in here, so I tunes it out and I get back to work. Who's he lying about? Prison cells, detention center, holding cells. This is 10 a.m. He said. Holding chessboard belongs to the victim. Oh! Is it this? I mean, he would have died instantly. He couldn't have yelled. But is that the thing he's talking about? Is that right? I should probably check, but I think I'm just gonna...
Objection!
How are you gonna say, what the, and you got a knife to the throat, bro? Are you listening carefully, Mr. Carcerado? Yes. When you have testimony, you look for the contradiction, and then you present evidence that contradicts whatever their testimony is. Are you listening carefully, Mr. Carcerado? Huh? You trying to be cute or something? The victim died from a wound to the throat, and very quickly at that. He had neither the time nor the ability to scream as you claim he did. You say you heard the victim's cries, and yet that would have been impossible. I'm not smart, I'm just used to games like this. Anytime they give you information, they give it to you for a reason. But there must have been a scream. He said there was. Who's he? Who's he? He said there was? Quit looking so smug, will ya? Fine, I admit it. I didn't hear nothing, alright? But the guy in the next cell did. He told me so. The next cell? What if the polar bear can talk? What if? And it's the fixer! You're so annoying! What if the polar bear's the fixer? I'm crying. I bet the bunny's the fixer. If we're so honest. The polar bear's the fucking fixer. That would mean that he got all of the workout equipment in his room by paying his polar bear. Because he said the fixer will give you whatever you want for a price. The polar bear's the real boss. Huh? Huh? What do you want? I heard a scream. What of it? We came back from the show and they put us in our cells, same as always. What even is this voice, bro? And just like I told this guy, I heard it. A scream, a real scary one. Scary how exactly? Didn't tell him this part, I guess, but it was kinda like... Someone! Anyone! Come quickly! He's... something like that. Being the dude in the other cell and listening to this boxer folding at Edgeworth, you're like, dude, this guy's getting washed. I'm crying. You can just like tell all his buddies. You get washed by Edgeworth and he's like, wait. You tell everyone thinks he's weak and he gets stabbed in the prison. Well, I guess it's safe to say that probably wasn't the victim. Indeed, it sounds more likely to have been the person who found his body. That explains it. So Mr. Carcerado was telling the truth, more or less. Is that really the case, though? Are there really no problems with his testimony? What the fuck was his testimony? That he heard someone being like, Oh. Did you slip out to sea? I don't think. What can I do? I'm locked up in here. Turns out I get back to work, Mr. Carcerado. Frankly, there was no saving him. Leastways I tried to. Barely got to the count of 2 when somebody screams, "What the? Ah." What the? Ah! That makes sense. For someone finding a body. Would have been impossible. There must have been a scream. He said he was. Quit looking so smug, will ya? Fine, I admit it. I didn't hear nothing. Guy in the other cell did. I heard it. A scream, a scary one. Scary how? It was kind of like, eek! Someone, anyone, come quickly. Hee, something like that. Well, it's safe to say that probably wasn't the victim. It was the person who found the body. That explains it. Is that really the case? Is there no problems with this testimony? There are no problems with his testimony. There's a show. It seems like there's no problems, but I feel like I should say there is a problem anyways. Just to grill him. There are no problems now with his testimony. Here's the problem. Here's what Ace Attorney will do sometimes. You might say, yes, there's a problem. And it'll say, okay. Well, then what's the problem? And you're racking your brain and you can't find anything, and it's because there's no problem. And they'll put you on the screen like you're an idiot. That's okay. Yeah, there is a problem. Here I am. Yeah, what gives, pal? How come you didn't hear anything when your neighbor heard it clear as day? What do you think? I did the crime or something? Huh? From inside of this here cell? Guy died over there in the workshop, in case you forgot. Well, yeah, it seems a little weird now that you mention it. He's right! Neither of us could have done it! I don't even remember what voice I gave this guy. He's right. Neither of us could have done it. Because let me tell ya, if I could get out of this cage and murder somebody, you'd all be toast. You're a police officer, Gumshoe. Ain't that the truth? You bums ain't leaving this place in one piece if any of us can help it. He put the idea into our heads that he got his info from his neighbor and wanted us to consider how he himself didn't hear it. Not familiar with Ace Attorney. Yeah. Yeah. I could have thought myself out of that one. I could have. I just wasn't paying enough attention. Daisy said he told me there was a screen. But everybody was in their cells, I think. We're under the impression no one was free roaming. I guess. You're locked in. You got the next one, Thunder. I almost forgot that these men are hardened criminals. Well, I won't be doing that again anytime soon. I'm guessing this wasn't how you saw this going, Edgeworth. What's my next move here? I won't get much more out of them in this state. Overruled. Oh. Who's there? Maybe let's talk about the fits. What's her name? Courtney Justice in the translation version. I'll see what they changed her name to. Order in the court. Who died and made you the boss of me, huh? Can't you see we're kind of busy here? Shh. Hush now. Silence is golden. It's true. You're like, baby, I know she's dangerous. It is? Your hand, if you please. By the power vested in me, I hereby sentence you to blissful silence. Praise be, a simple life awaits you. No money, no possessions. May the goddess of justice watch over you now and always. Guard, if you would. Looks like you'll be spending the night in solitary, buddy. What? Come on, please, boss. Any place but there. There is no need to be afraid, my child. If anything, you should rejoice. This is a blessing, a chance to redeem yourself, to be reborn. Goddess of justice, bless your child and keep him in your care. O Holy One, we give thanks in your name. And you are? Verity Gavel, at your service. Okay. So here we have Verity. Veritas, I believe, is Latin for truth. Gavel, of course, is a gavel joke because she is a judge. Yeah, I guess she's a judge, so she believes in the goddess of truth, I guess. The goddess of justice. Truth gavel. Yeah. Veritas. Is that what I said? That Veritas means truth? Or did I say something else? Okay. En vine et veritas. In wine is truth. Verity Gavel. Imagine being in court and Edgeworth is trying to get you locked up and this is the judge. Listen, Edgeworth can take her. I believe it. Edgeworth can take anybody. Edgeworth tried to get you locked up and this is the judge. Wait, I need Phoenix to defend me. That's the only chance I have left at this point. Because I've got juggernauts on my neck for no reason. Who is Phoenix? Phoenix Wright is the main character, low-key, of the entire series. Ace Attorney Phoenix Wright. Edgeworth's rival, because Edgeworth is the rival, really. Phoenix Wright is the main character. He is the blue guy. The porcupine man. It is my honor to bear the title of judge and to work at the pleasure of the law. And what is a judge doing in a place like this? So in the spin-off, we play as his rival. Yes! There's actually a point where in the third game, you get to play as Edgeworth for a little while. And it's kind of gag-worthy because you're like, oh my god, I'm Edgeworth, bro. I always have to be Phoenix. So it's kind of refreshing because, you know, you're always going up against each other, and this time around, you get to be the rival. That's pretty cool. And what is a judge doing in a place like this? Isn't that crazy? That's your baseline, Edgeworth. If I play again and I'm playing as Phoenix, you're gonna be gagged because Phoenix is kind of an idiot. He's way sillier than Edgeworth is. Edgeworth, all of his mechanics are based off of logic and reasoning. So you have his mind chess, and you have his logic mechanic, where you take two pieces of information and combine them to further your understanding of what's going on. And Phoenix does not do that. He's goofy, he bluffs, he says things and then tries to think of the facts that support the thing that he blurted out later. Like, he's way less organized. Even, it usually says, like, oh, I added this to the court record, or I put it in my pocket, versus Edgeworth has an organizer, you know? They really are opposites in a lot of ways. And what is a judge doing in a place like this? Since you ask, Mr. Edgeworth, I have been sent here to find you. I come bearing a message from the Committee of Prosecutorial Excellence, and it is my sacred duty to deliver it. The Committee for Prosecutorial Excellence? What the heck is that? And it is first and foremost a name that should not be taken in vain. my child. For it is a sacred phrase from the goddess of justice herself. Why don't I fill you in, kiddo? The committee is a panel of 11 people whose job it is to keep our beloved prosecutors honest. In other words, they make sure people like Edgeworth here don't cross the professional line. The panel is comprised of people from both the legal and political professions. A panel of which you are a member, I assume. I am. Allow me to thank you on the committee's behalf for your service. Thanks for coming to see us like this. Speaking for myself, it's a real honor to meet you. It's always great to hang with a judicial compadre. Come on, bring it in and chillax. We're all friends here. Overruled. Need I remind you that the committee has a long-standing relationship with the Bar Association? Hey, I didn't mean anything by it. I was just trying to lighten the mood, okay? So, your job is to find bad prosecutors and punish them? Precisely, my child. Praise be to the goddess of justice for bestowing her gift of insight onto you. The committee has the power to remove problematic prosecutors from cases. And should a prosecutor truly unworthy of the title be brought to our attention, we are vested with the power to confiscate that prosecutor's badge. And what does the Committee for Prosecutory whatever you said want with Edgeworth? We're in the middle of an investigation here.
Objection!
Oh? Oh, this is Ichiyanagi. His name was Simon First. His name is Ichiyanagi. It's based on like no, actually there were two translated names. There are two people who tried to translate it, and one never finished it, and one did. In one he was Simon First. In another one he was Sebastian de Best. So his name Ichiyanagi, Yumehiko Ichiyanagi. Ultimately, it's just a best joke. It's a number one joke. Ichi, you know. Now, what voice do I give this kid? Pitiful. You really don't know, do you? What an ignoramus. And who are you, pal? Winner. Eustace Winner. Prosecutor extraordinaire. I'm screaming? What? Eustace is my god and say, wait. No, we all have to clap. We have to take the time to clap for Eustace is my god and savior, who waits for Eustace. I'm gonna have to get out of the... People were mad about, oh no, Simon First, oh, Sebastian de Best. Whatever, I'm fine with the localized name. That you wait for Eustace to... This is so funny. Because before this was translated into English, before I even played it, I actually... This is the reason this is taking me out, because Ichiyanagi, I have like done art of Ichiyanagi. I actually really like this character. So the fact that like you have a whole Twitter and everything for Eustace is so funny. Like, firstly, his hair is so puffy. Yumehiko Ichiyanagi, yes. He's gotten a hoge. He is the best. Sebastian de Best. Literally, I remember, like, I was on DeviantArt with, like, there's an icon family, and I didn't get Yumehiko, and I was so annoyed. Because I think he's so cute. He's so funny. He's like, well, I'm the best. And he's, like, fumbly, this guy. It's a question mark, Ahoge, because he doesn't know what's going on. But he's trying his best, and that's what's important. I can't believe this. This is so funny. A fellow Yumihiko Ichiyanagi enthusiast. And it's so funny, because if you didn't jump in here, I think I would have been able to hide how deep in the weeds I am for you. He's adorbs. The world would be a better place if everyone was a winner like him. No one wins quite as much as Eustace Winner himself. Wait, is Eustace a useless joke? I think it is. I think they called him Eustace, like, useless winner. Perhaps that's the joke, the pun in the name. Yeah, useless. He's trying his best. Though you might know me as just the winner, a name they call me down at the prosecutor's office. He is, what's the word I want? He's, oh, what's it called, baby? Like, what's the word for when you have, like, a parent who's, like, what's it called? When you're in a position low-key because of your parent. A nepo baby! That's the term! Which is very, unfortunate. Yeah. With great affection, I might add. Edgeworth, like, what the fuck am I looking at, bro? What'd you say, Dad? Oh. My dad came home. I have never heard of you. And how about Detective Flatfoot over there? Nope. Name means nothing to me. Well, it's to be expected of an ignoramus, I suppose. Ignorance is sweet, as they say, so I'm sure most things mean sweet nothings to you. Oh yes, he's rude. He is so rude. But that's because he's the winner. He doesn't have to be nice. No losers. And he's got his, like, composing motif in his little, composing stick he sometimes hits himself in the face with when he's, like, flustered. Ignorance is bliss, winner. And I don't think sweet nothings means what you think it means. Yeah, like, what did he say? But that's kind of camp about him. He just says words. Ignorance is sweet, as they say. So I'm sure most things mean sweet nothings to you. He just says words. He's just saying words. It is entirely natural that you aren't yet acquainted. Eustace only joined us last month. So he's nothing but a rookie? I'm not just any rookie. I am a winning rookie. Which he will prove himself to be in due time. Now let's cut to the chase. I'm here to clean up your mess, Edgeworth. What do you mean? What mess? I fear I know exactly what he means. The committee sending an envoy with a new prosecutor in tow. I suspect I know what you're getting at, winner. But I'm going to need a few more details. Would you mind explaining, Judge Gavel? Very well. By the power vested in me by the Goddess of Justice, I hereby declare that in the matter of the incident at the presidential address and the murder of Mr. Bronco Knight, the committee hereby decrees that Prosecutor Edgeworth be relieved of his duties and replaced by Prosecutor Winner. Here ends the verdict. What? What? Mr. Edgeworth is off the case? Just like that? Judge Gavelle, I believe I asked for an explanation. No explanation is required. The guilty verdict is in. The goddess has spoken, and her judgment is final.
Objection!
And what exactly have I done to warrant being taken off the case? Come now, Mr. Edgeworth. Claiming ignorance of your crimes will not serve to lessen your guilt. You boarded the presidential plane, violating the principle of extraterritoriality. This word again. And while there, you performed an unsanctioned investigation and subjected a visiting foreign leader to questioning. You were one wrong move away from causing a major international incident. You vastly overstepped the authority of your office. To call it an abuse of power would be no understatement.
Objection!
I don't deny that I may have pushed the boundaries where certain rules are concerned. But there is also no denying that certain risks must be taken if one is to arrive at the truth. I refuse to concede that my actions were inappropriate.
Overruled.
Then what? Then what you are saying is that the ends justify the means? That rules can be freely ignored? Why does her gavel telescope? Because she's a mega judge. All great judges have really tall gavels. That is a very dangerous way of thinking. The law is absolute. It is not to be bent to your whims. Forgive me, but not all of us believe as you do. Is that so? How unfortunate. Still, it changes nothing. When a trial ends, the hammer falls. Be you defendant or attorney, even if the verdict seems irrational, nothing more can be done. Nothing, that is, but to give thanks to the goddess of justice, divine grace. Unless you wish to appeal. To do so would be to risk your badge, of course. So they mean to take my badge if I don't play along. Whoa! Tough break, Edgeworth. I see you've accepted your fate. Good. Guards, if you would be so kind to escort him out. Stop! What are you doing, detective? Oh, this is Eustace. Big detective? I'm in charge here now, so you'll do as I say and move out of the way. What? You're not the boss of me. Unluckily for you, Flatfoot, that's exactly what I am. They're holding all the cards here. I don't stand a chance. Detective Gumshoe, do as Mr. Winter says. But, sir! Judge Gavelle. Yes, Mr. Edgeworth? The committee's decision is beyond irrational. So yes, I do plan to appeal. You haven't heard the last of this. Eustace doesn't look real sometimes. Standing emoji. He's camp! I love this guy. Wait, I'm gonna out myself. I think I used to RP as him on DeviantArt back in the day. Duly noted. Until we meet again, then. Let's go, Kay. We're leaving. I believe so. Yes. You know, a lot of, I think it's fun because he's, like, really cocky while being, I don't know if it's still online, my DeviantArt, all my stuff. I mean, my DeviantArt is still up, but I don't know if, like, all of the uh the Yumihiko stuff is still there, actually. But it's like a lot of like what's it called? Oh my god, back in the day I used to do like a lot of Ace Attorney RPing. A lot of like him being you know, haughty, and then what's the word? Daddy issues, all that. Right. Oh, and remember, you know who will be getting a full report on all of this. We tanked a whole section of the first 2.5 hours. Woo! To get to the first to be continued. Um but yeah, we have. It's funny because usually in an Ace Attorney game, you've got your rival prosecutor, but this time around, you essentially have a rival judge, um, and another prosecutor that kind of follows her. D- Her name's not Justine. Verity. Verity. Verity really has Yumihiko Eustace under her wing, so we're gonna have to contend with them. But since we got here, I think that is like a good place to stop for today. I think we made some pretty good time, right? But yeah, thank you everybody, all my friends for coming by as always. Thank you for stopping by and watching. Um Thank you, Eustace as my god and savior as well for lying in wait that entire time just to spring in as soon as he came in. That is so camp, especially because I feel like I would not have like uncovered all of my deviant art like back in the day. This was like high school for me. Oh my gosh. They really waited a long time to localize this game. Like I remember my icon was Delicious Scone. I really loved Yumihiko Ichiyanagi cuz he's just like so cute and his hair's so floofy. Um and like his whole like what's the word? Like conducting thing is so cute. Anyways, that is to say, thank you for joining me. I don't know when I'm going to stream next. Cuz tomorrow's Friday. Uh Maybe during the week sometime. Um we'll see. But yep, that's going to be it from me. I'm stopping at a good time today, which is nice cuz last time it was like 1 a.m. But have a good night everybody. I will see you next time.